Now, a newer and more modern type of LCD monitor is IPS. And IPS stands for in-plane switching. This type of monitor works by, instead of the liquid crystals twisting like in a TN monitor, the liquid crystals in an IPS monitor stay in place and are aligned in parallel with the glass. IPS LCDs use more transistors than a TN monitor, so as a result, it does consume more power. IPS monitors were designed to improve on the limitations of TN monitors. They offer better color reproduction and better viewing angles. In order for LCD monitors to show an image on a screen, it needs a light source. And there are a couple of types of backlighting that an LCD monitor uses. And one type of lighting is by using fluorescent lamps. These fluorescent lamps are the circular straight tubing types, similar to the regular fluorescent lamps that we're all used to seeing. These lamps emit ultraviolet light that's created when the mercury vapor inside the lamp is ionized.
That guy really do this?
And another type of backlighting that LCD monitors use is LED. LED monitors use multiple light-emitting diodes that are arranged in a pattern that displays the images on the screen. Now, this is a more modern form of backlighting compared to fluorescent lamp backlighting. In fact, most, if not all, new LCDs today use LED backlighting. Now, both of these monitors are considered LCD monitors, but the LCD that uses the LED backlighting is considered an LED monitor. So an LED monitor is just an LCD monitor that uses LED backlighting. Resolution is defined as a number of pixels that are used to display an image on the screen. For example, if a monitor is set to a resolution of 1280 by 720, then this means that there are 1280 horizontal pixels by 720 vertical pixels, which means that there are 921,600 total pixels that are being used. The higher the resolution, the higher the number of pixels will be used, which means a clearer and sharper image. Depending upon the hardware and software being used, resolutions can be set anywhere from 640 by 480 up to 1920 by 1200 or more. LCDs produce their best quality image when they are set to their highest resolution, which is called their native resolution. Resolutions are also given different names for identity purposes. For example, XGA stands for Extended Graphics Array. This has a resolution of 1028 by 768. SXGA stands for Super Extended Graphics Array. This has a resolution of 1280 by 1024. SXGA Plus stands for Super Extended Graphics Array Plus. This has a resolution of 1400 by 1050. UXGA stands for Ultra Extended Graphics Array. This has a resolution of 1600 by 1200. And WUXGA stands for Widescreen Ultra Extended Graphics Array. And this has a resolution of 1920 by 1200. And lastly, the contrast ratio. The contrast ratio refers to the contrast between black and white. The higher the contrast, the better the display. Printers allow the ability to print copies of documents or pictures onto paper from a computer. There are several different ways that a computer can connect to a printer. The most common way is by using a USB or parallel cable. This is known as a local connection because the printer is directly connected to the computer. But you can also connect a printer through a network. if the printer has a network interface, such as an Ethernet port or a wireless antenna. These are known as network printers. Network printers are convenient because the printer can be placed anywhere in a home or office as long as it's connected to the network. Another method of connecting is through a network share. For example, you can allow other computers that are on your network to connect to your local printer by sharing your printer over the network. So after the printer share setup is complete, the other computers can now print through the printer that is connected to your computer. So your computer basically acts as a gateway for other computers to access your printer. But the drawback is that your computer has to be on in order for others to use your printer. There are several different types of printers. There are non-impact printers and impact printers. Non-impact printers print without striking an ink ribbon onto paper. These include laser, inkjet, and thermal printers. Impact printers are dot matrix printers, which we'll talk about shortly. Inkjet printers are the most common printers that are used for home use. An inkjet printer works by the printhead moving back and forth across the paper during printing. During this process, the printhead places ink on the paper in very tiny dots. In fact, these dots are so tiny that they are smaller in diameter than a human hair. And as these dots are precisely placed, they form to create an image on paper. Inkjet printers typically come with two ink cartridges. One is for color and the other is for black. Inkjet printers are more affordable than laser printers, and they can produce photo quality results. But one of the drawbacks is that the ink from an inkjet printer may smudge, while ink from a laser printer does not smudge. The next printers we're going to talk about is laser printers. Laser printers come in different sizes, from small personal ones to larger ones for businesses. Laser printers provide the highest quality print available today, and they are the most expensive. A laser printer basically works by placing an electric charge on a rotating drum. Then a laser discharges a lower electrical charge on the drum. So basically, the laser draws the image that is going to be printed on the drum itself. Then the drum is coated with a fine black powder known as toner. And as the drum is being coated, the toner only clings to the areas where the laser has drawn. Then as the paper goes through the printer, the toner is placed on the paper. And the result is a high-quality print that is second to none. Another non-impact printer is called a thermal printer. Thermal printers print by using heat. Thermal printers use special print paper called thermal paper, and on this thermal paper is wax-based ink. And when heat is applied to this ink, it turns black. So in a thermal printer, the only thing the printhead does is apply heat to the areas where the ink should be placed. Then, when the ink is cooled, it becomes permanent. And because of this technology, thermal printers are very quiet. Thermal printers are commonly used for printing labels and barcodes. Dot matrix printers are almost non-existent today. They are an old technology that produces mediocre print quality when compared to laser or inkjet printers. And they are also very noisy. Dot matrix printers are impact printers. The printhead in a dot matrix printer moves across the paper, and as it moves, the pins on the printhead strike against a cloth ink ribbon, which then comes in direct contact with the paper, producing each character in the form of dots. But despite being an outdated technology, dot matrix printers can print multi-copy documents, such as carbon copies. They are also very durable and last a long time. Several issues are going to happen when you're printing. So for example, if you're printing something and you see streaks, well then this could be a problem with the ink cartridges on an inkjet printer. A lot of times the software that comes with the printer will have a list of software tools that you can use to clean the print head. Or if the streaks are real bad, you may have to remove the ink cartridges from the print head and manually clean them with a lint-free cloth. Or another problem that can happen is when you try to print something and the image is faded or it's completely blank. And this could also be a problem with dirty ink cartridges, or it could be something as simple as maybe you're low on ink. Now, ghosting is another problem that can happen with laser printers. Ghosting is when you see a faint image of a page that you previously printed and you see the same image on a newly printed page. And this is usually caused by the drum or the fuser. The drum on the laser printer has a lifespan after so many prints, and then you have to replace it. So you can try replacing the drum, but if you still see the same problem after you replace the drum, then the problem could be the fuser. So then the fuser would have to be replaced. Paper jams are another problem that can happen with printers. So if you try to print something and the paper doesn't come out, well then you could have a paper jam. Paper jams could be caused by debris inside the printer. And debris inside the printer could also be the result of the paper coming out creased. Or it could also be caused by faulty pickup rollers. Now this typically happens with older printers, because when the rollers wear out, they tend to have difficulty grabbing the paper and feeding it through. So in these cases, you might want to inspect the rollers to see if they need replacing, or open up the printer and check for any debris inside the printer. Another issue is if you're printing something and the color may not be printing correctly. And all this could be is that maybe that one of the color ink cartridges are faulty, or they are low on ink or even out of ink. A lot of times when you're trying to print something and then absolutely nothing happens, well then this could be a connectivity issue. Connectivity issues are extremely common, especially when you're dealing with network printers. But the first things to check are the obvious ones. For example, make sure the printer is actually turned on, or check for any errors on the printer's LCD display if